I'm gonna beat you into the living death.
Another week down, another cosmic reminder that you don't have to go to hell because you are in fact already there. Make that 2 cosmic reminders. My name is Thinker St. James, last weekend fucking sucked, and welcome to Yelling About Mixed Martial Arts, the show where I yell about mixed martial arts. On today's program, I'll also be yelling about the utter, consummate, whole and complete ineptitude of the so-called streaming platform known as Netflix. So even though it's only barely connected to MMA via the connective tissue of a human nutsack that is Jake Paul, let's start there because I've never had a worse viewing experience in my goddamn life. And I sat through Joe Rogan's last comedy special. Wonder who produced that piece of shit. Like every other sucker on the planet, I ponied up my hard-earned money to watch the pantomime clown show that was Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. What I got to watch was the number 25, followed by a percent sign, surrounded by a spinning circle, occasionally interspersed with some vague human-like blocks dancing around in 144p resolution, before reverting back to the 25% again. At one point, I switched over to some pirated streams, and those were buffering to shit. Call me Jolly fucking Roger the way I bounced around between those websites of ill repute without 1 ounce of remorse in my body, because you cannot steal something that you motherfucking paid for. Oh, the egg I feel running down my face, having ever shit-talked the also very shitty shittiness of espn+. For as bad as that service may be, Netflix really ratcheted down the ball dropping to new and unimaginable lows. For a service that was once rumored to be in talks with the UFC to host their events once the ESPN contract expires, I can now say with complete confidence that I'd take every flaw of ESPN Plus while pissing into my own face over having to sit through another large-scale Netflix broadcast. You may have had a hit with Squid Game Netflix, but after that abomination of a stream fail, I wish you'd been a contestant on it, getting a shard of glass stabbed into your abdomen by Peacock, while Amazon Prime watches behind one-way glass, sipping champagne in a gazelle mask. Of an 8-round fight, we had a combined, intelligible watch time of maybe 2 rounds. Thankfully, it didn't matter where we landed in the fight, because it was all the exact same horse shit. 58-year-old Mike Tyson looking stiff as a knee and back-braced ironing board, hobbling around Jake Paul's 227 pounds of congealed annoyance in human form. A few times Mike got love-tapped, a few times he bit his gloves, and at no time was there anything worth paying attention to, exactly as fucking expected. You know why it was expected, you sweet summer stepchildren? Because Charlie Brown, Jake Paul has his hands on the football, and unlike the rest of the copium-huffing wishful thinkers on this godforsaken planet, I knew better than to go running for the kick like everyone has with his other 3 instances of elder abuse. What happened in this fight was exactly what's supposed to happen when a 58-year-old man fights a 27-year-old man, boxer or not. Don't hate the Disney Channel player, hate your Mickey Mouse-ass desire to see him get knocked out so badly that you played the motherfucking game, you marks. Oh, what a bitch this guy is, calling everyone else marks when he paid for the fight too. Well, here's the difference. I don't care if Jake Paul loses. If you go back to the very first episode of YAMMA, you'll see that I've been following Jake Paul's boxing odyssey since it started, and honestly, my perception of the kid has changed in that time. Honestly, I've got to give it up to him at this point. He's perfected the heel persona in ways that try-hard losers like Colby Covington could only dream of. Jake Paul made $40 million from that bullshit fight with Mike Tyson while taking 0 damage, and being himself. Colby Covington hand-stitched a George Washington costume and practiced the cringiest trash talk of all time in the mirror for weeks just to get outclassed by Leon Edwards for 25 minutes and has earned less than 1/10 of that in his entire career. And now, while you morons keep hate-watching money into Jake Paul's pocket, I get stuck watching Colby hack Fraudington in Tampa because the UFC pulled a better fighter from that card's main event and stuck him in instead. Seems to me like we're all losers here, except for Jake. God, the absolute state of combat sports. Can't wait for your MMA debut, Jakey boy. Come on over, the water's fine. So you entice a past his prime fighter into a money fight in boxing, they call you Jake Paul. You do that in MMA, they call you the greatest fighter of all time. Congratulations to Jon Jones on his vanity fight. You really did it, Jon. You dragged Stipe out of the retirement home looking just as stiff and sluggish as Tyson, and you kicked him into a foregone conclusion. Bra fucking vote to you, champ. What an accomplishment. Unlike the Paul Tyson fight, I was as Charlie Brown as it gets, hoping and praying for some act of God to allow Stipe to somehow find a path to victory, and once again, God has proven himself to be non-existent. The similarities in exactly how according to plan both of these fights went is eerie, but nowhere near unexpected, as was the lack of retirement from Jon Jones post-fight. I made an entire video predicting almost all of this to a T a few months ago, knowing full well that hearing the name Tom Aspinall a million times is absolutely fucking with Jon's tequila-soaked brain. Now that Dana has confirmed that Jon's next fight will definitely be against Tom, their collision course seems to be set. Unless, of course, Jon waves his pinky finger and Dana has to strategically walk it all back, because as we know, that's all it takes to change the tides at UFC headquarters. With the dozens of months leading up to the Jones-Miocic fight, the inevitable end of Stipe's career, and the continuation of Jon's, it feels like perhaps we've been witnessing one of the longest fight cells of all time in the Jones-Aspinall clash. This fight with Stipe and Jon was as pointless as we knew it would be, and a mere hurdle to be leapt over towards the more important and impactful fight for the heavyweight title. Dana's already calling it the potentially biggest heavyweight title fight of all time, so perhaps this too was all just part of the same plan. Whether it was or not, I can take some small solace in the fact that it's over, the soul of Stipe can finally rest, and that now with Tom Aspinall on the horizon, perhaps someday, Jon Jones will face the reckoning he so thoroughly deserves. Tee that football up for me one more time, Lucy.
Okay, that is the last time you were gonna pull that crap.
Hey, a man can dream. For yelling about mixed martial arts, this is Thinker St. James reminding you that if you cared this much about either of these bullshit fights, you too are a fucking moron. First and last fight you're watching on Netflix? Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, they are losing credibility by the second with this shit.
Real bad.
Sometimes it comes back and the quality is good. Sometimes it comes back and it's bad. Sometimes it don't come back at all.
You're behind, bro. We're non-existent. I don't know. I don't know what.
Yeah, this has just been. I mean, like, we're having to fight to watch any little flex of it. Really, it's fucking atrocious. It's absolutely awful. Your TV stream isn't working, but your computer is fine. Everybody has a different version of it, my guy.
Yep.
Everybody has a different version of it.
Netflix, you suck.
Oh my fucking god. This is such ass, bro.
Netflix, you suck.
How do we have all the fucking lead up to the fight? All of the lead up to the fight, and now it's fucking up. This is such fucking ass. Bro, Netflix L's all day long, dude. This is such a fucking L, bro.
This is un-American as fuck.
Yo, legit. This is an affront to the nation. Yeah, this is atrocious. The whole fucking. I mean, like, I cannot tell you how dissatisfied I am with this evening in general. Like, there's every fucking element of it. You feel robbed and you stole your sister's Netflix. Yeah, let's go.